Greetings, I'm here to talk to you about how you're going to do scenarios 4 and 5, which involve kinetic friction force. So let's just talk very briefly about how we did the other ones with maximum static friction force. You would take a mass, put it on your block, and you would go, well actually, maybe not the sound effect, but you would just barely get it moving and then back off like that. Okay, now we're going to do kinetic friction force, which is keep it moving, and we want to know what this force is. Of course, the key thing here is when you're doing this pulling is don't make it speed up or don't make it slow down, because under those conditions, we can no longer say that the pulling force is equal to the friction force. All right, so here's what you do. Let's look at scenario 4. Scenario 4 is go back to the oak side, put it on the pine board, put a mass on it, because you're going to basically kind of replicate what you did in the scenario 1, except now you're going to do the kinetic friction force versus normal force versus the max static. Okay? I actually have to see if the force sensor is calibrated because other people have been using it. And it's not. So we're gonna have to do that real quick. Won't take long, won't take long. Here we go. And we're calibrated. Okay, here we go. Here's what your pull is gonna look like. Slow and steady, 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 steady. It doesn't matter exactly how fast. The key is steady. And you look and you see this lovely plateau. And that's what we're interested in. What is the average value of that? It's fluttering. It's kind of close to one value, but you know, it's fluttering. So here's where we want to use the logger pro to help us figure that out. We highlight not the beginning where it's messy, and not the end where it's changing. Just somewhere in the middle, a nice solid chunk. So from about here to here, we click not the examine button, but the one a couple doors down, the stat button, and it tells us the mean score, average, so 1.3. Okay, now you still have a lot of data to take with this. Let me show you how you can speed it up, but you have to be careful. We want those plateaus. We don't want mountain peaks. But if you can do this, you can try to get multiple sets of data, multiple data points. Here we go. And go. And pull slow and steady, and stop. Pull slow and steady, slow and steady, stop. Okay, I'm out of time. You might be able to get 3 in there. That's kind of rushing it, but you can do 2 and then 1, so it cuts down some of it. Again, the same thing. Stay away from the beginning and the end. Drag, click and drag through the middle where it's flat. Hit the stat button and get your mean score. That is all.